Earlier versions of Tesla's full self-drive feature still seem confused on the road. Did you know they avoided accidents, but still they do need some adjustments? Well, this is where Tesla's latest FSD version 11 comes into the play. But when are you going to try Tesla's FSD version 11? Well, this is something every Tesla lover's waiting for, especially after trying out its previous FSD versions. No doubt, Tesla's doing much better when it comes to fully self-driving features, but still, you do need to put your hand on the steering wheel. It's the confidence which is lacking in the earlier FSD version, which version 11 is expected to have in plenty. Can the latest FSD version 11 let you enjoy the ride without worrying much about what's happening on the road? Well, let's find that out. Tesla appeared as the only electric vehicle manufacturer in the market which focused on fully self-drive features. No doubt, fully self-driving has not been possible yet, but Tesla's trying hard to offer what it had promised for. In doing so, we saw the fully autonomous feature evolving to ultimately reach the perfect one. Pioneering and equipping new cars with a feature only one could see in science fiction movies is a great milestone in itself. And Tesla wants to be the only company which can appear as the only EV manufacturer able to launch fully self-driving cars. For those who know how difficult it is to handle a car, especially in heavy traffic and turns, FSD seems no less than a blessing. And this is where we need to experience what Tesla's FSD feature has achieved until now. Tesla started to launch a fully self-driving feature in the very start by collecting data, fitting cameras, sensors, and equipping the car with top-of-the-line technology. Earlier versions were said to be fully autonomous, which means they were considered to drive the car wholly. But in reality, it has never been possible. Even the latest version released by Tesla still needs the driver's hand during taking turns and in heavy traffic. But here, we need to know something about these earlier versions which should not be underrated at all. There have been various videos and recordings on the internet showing how Tesla's FSD feature saved lives. How it happened is both surprising and historic for not only Tesla, but for all of us. The earlier versions have one thing in common. They perform surprisingly well when you're driving on the highway. The reason is cars do not need to take turns and manage through the heavy traffic when you're on the highway. Lanes can be easily changed without a driver's need to assist the FSD. But when turns and heavy traffic is in question, all FSD earlier versions seem to get a little reluctant to drive. They prefer applying brakes, moving slowly not to commit something dangerous. There have been many reports from the Tesla owners that the FSD feature performed remarkably well when the road was straight and with little traffic. But as soon as the traffic intensity increases, the FSD feature makes the car more guarded, decreases the speed, and even sometimes applies brakes when not necessary. You can consider it a guarded strategy, where the FSD feature does not want to take risks at all. It decreases the speed on turns, even if there's no traffic at all, just to be sure that the turn is smooth. So, there's a lack of confidence somehow here in the earlier versions, and even in the beta 10.10.2. When you're in the same lane, FSD takes the car just in the center of the lane to be at arm's length from any mishap. This seems appreciative until you find out that FSD is reluctant to move the car when you have two cars just in front of you. If there's a car in the left lane and one in the right lane, FSD will apply brakes instead of driving and moving in its own lane. There will always be some little things that should be fixed by Tesla in its latest version 11 FSD. But we should not miss out how brilliantly the FSD versions have been doing for the Tesla owners. They seem to love them enormously since FSD lets you at least have an extra layer of security during driving. At present, strictly speaking, you can't let your Tesla drive through the traffic without your assistance. It'll be too risky to do so. But you can turn on the FSD feature and side by side drive the car yourself. Many Tesla owners have been doing so, and this has protected them from some deadly accidents. It does wonders, especially at night when the driver's vision gets quite low. This is where you need FSD to enforce your control on the car to avoid any sort of accident. There can be construction work going on just in the middle of the road, and you can never have an idea during the night. Or there can be an animal standing right in the middle of the road. This has been seen in many videos posted by Tesla owners in which the FSD feature saved their lives. FSD detected what was ahead of the car, and within seconds, it took turns to pass the obstruction on the road. It took the control from the driver's hand to itself, which no doubt prevented a major accident. Taking cautious moves, slowing down the car, and then smoothly passing every car coming right toward Tesla is something appreciable. We know most of the owners want the FSD to drive the car as confidently as they do themselves. But they need to understand that FSD is not a human who could make decisions based on the situation given. It'll work perfectly if safety's concerned, but if you need to reach a spot quickly and there's no traffic at all, you should better take control in your hands. The reason why you should do so is FSD will still do its clearance before doing anything. It'll slow down at turns even if there's no one. This is something equally loved and criticized by most of the Tesla owners. In FSD Beta 10.10.2, which is the latest version available, FSD surprises everyone when it detects a person coming toward the car. The FSD detects that a person is running on the footpath and that it can possibly take a few steps on the lane where the car is running. What it does to manage the situation is to slow down the car and rotate the steering wheel just precisely to avoid any contact with the person. This is something you'll love to experience yourself. The earlier FSD versions perform exceptionally when you want to drive safely, but if you expect it to go aggressive and speed up the process, well then perhaps you should wait for the version 11 to come. This is the news everyone's waiting for. Elon Musk earlier said that the FSD version 11 would come in 2022. It was supposed to be launched in February 2022, but until now, we haven't seen it. It seems that FSD version 11 has been pushed to probably the end of March 2022. Tesla does not want to unveil its most coveted FSD version 11 unprepared, and for that reason it's taking some time. Tesla owners won't mind waiting a month more to finally get the latest form of FSD. Version 11 has been built after gathering data from every single Tesla present on the road until now, meaning we're going to see what we were expecting, the fully self-driving feature. Possibly this time, you won't need to have your hand on the steering wheel. You can just enjoy your ride and let FSD version 11 drive the car for you. Were you also waiting for FSD version 11? Well, you need to wait until March 2022. Don't be shy to comment right below in the comments section. Would FSD version 11 be able to drive your car fully? Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to watch more news and updates about Tesla. You won't want to miss what news is coming from Tesla, right? Well, until the next video, stay tuned.